Yeah. G'day Gooners and Edgelords. So I posted a post the other day about doing an experiment with a Miller table. I'm not going to do that now. I've had a crack at it. It's just doesn't do it. It's not built for that. It's built to run slow. But what I'm going to do is see how much gold is in it, because I've got a friend gave me all this black sand, probably about a kilo's worth, kilo and a half maybe, I don't know. And we're going to run it down the Miller table, see how much gold's in it, take the gold out of it. I'm going to send it to Vic. He's going to run it through his modified blue bowl and see if there's anything left in it, to see if the Miller table missed anything, and to see how quick it can do it, because he looks like he's got it sorted out to run really quick. So anyway, let's get to it and see what happens. So what we've got here is about, I'm going to say it's about a kilo and a half of black sands and blonde sands. I'm going to separate it all via sieving. Got some 100 mesh here somewhere. There he is, little tea leaf sieve. Yeah, it's going to take a while. And then run it down this. My mate that gave it to me, he wants to send it to biggest Kev to let him pound it out. But like I said, I'm going to get the gold out of this, send the black sands to Vic. He's going to get the gold out of it to see if it's missed anything and see how fast it runs through his modified blue bowl. Then I'm going to dry it out, throw the gold back in, send it to biggest Kev. But I want to see how these blue tables work, because I've never really used one before. Let's go. So, just sitting here with my betrothed right now. What I've learnt so far is to set it up like this. So you want to set these up all the way to the top. Alright, all the way up, whatever angle that is. I think it's about 5 degrees. You want a nice flat surface as well. And if all that goes to plan, it should run just fine. Now this one is not getting wet here, because I noticed that it's come up a bit here. So I'm going to have to hit some contact adhesives on that and put it back down again. It shouldn't be too hard to fix. And if there is any issues with water going left or right, you just adjust it with these things until it runs fine. So, and then after that, all you do is you just sort of tap it on here, nice and gentle, and just let it go, and it will do its thing. So away it goes. The speed for the water flow, I've got it on fully open. It's only a, I think it's an 800 GPH pump. It could be 1100. I think it's 800. I'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, this seems to work well. And the gold just sticks. It just stays there. It's fantastic. So I'm going to keep running this stuff and see what we can get out of it. All right, let's go. Just little taps, and away it goes. So, and if it starts to not move, so I'll put it on thick there. You just give it, just run your finger past it, or you can use a brush. Some people use a brush. Just create a little bow wave, and it just gets it all moving. And away it goes. And yeah, you don't have to be as gentle with these things as what people say. I mean, you do. You have to be gentle, but like this stuff here down the end, I'm just wiping that off. See you later. Just goes back into there. But yeah, when it starts to not move, just create a bow wave with your finger. And away it goes. The gold will stick. It just sticks. Yeah, so I'm going to run this and get the most out of it as I can, and we'll keep going. And now I'm going to run the kitchen sieve stuff. See what's in there. So the smaller stuff is gone. I've got all the gold out of it, or at least what I think is gold. There's a little bit in there, probably no more than, geez, I wouldn't even be a 0.1, I don't reckon. My mate cleaned it out pretty good when he hand pounded all those months ago, weeks ago, whenever he did it. Oop, laid it on a bit too thick there. That's all right, it'll get it. Slowly gets it in. Worst comes to worst, you can just create a little Yeah, a little bow wave there and get it moving. A couple of garnets in there too. I'm sure old BK will enjoy that. Yeah, you can see that one. He's got a couple of friends too. And a little one there. Yeah, you can definitely see that. Coming along well. There's 2 more there. You can't see that. So one little micro and one little tiny fly poop. That's out of focus, but yeah. So far that's 3 micros and 2 fly poops out of the oversized stuff, or the kitchen strainer stuff. And I've got about 3 scoops to go. There you go, guys. A little bit of gold there. Not a hell of a lot, but it was just a mate's tailings. There's the nail clippers for scale. Yeah, I think there's a couple of little metal shavings in there as well, but you know what? That doesn't matter. So there's just a little test pan. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually really precise. I can see why people would use this instead of panning out at home. You just use one of these. Yeah, now it's off to Vic. So would I buy one of these for personal use? Bloody oath. This isn't mine. This is my mate's. He's lent it to me. He lent it to me because he wants to give black sand to Kev, biggest Kev, and I wanted to test the Miller table out. So here we are. They are predominantly used for small gold, and I can see why if you were living somewhere like Red Creek or just one of those areas where there's lots of black sand and it's very fine gold, you definitely benefit from this. But I did run the kitchen strainer size stuff down it, and there was a couple of little bigger pits that got through, you know, when I was separating, and they just tumbled down. So I'm guessing you could probably use this for slightly bigger pieces. Being that I'm in Melbourne, would I buy one? Melbourne's a bit different. It doesn't have too much black sand. There's some black sand in some areas, yes, but generally when I find a lot of black sand in Melbourne, I don't find a lot of gold. Don't know why. It just seems to be the way that it is. But yeah, would I get one of these? Bloody oath. This took me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to run it all down. That's not including the sieving, but that is including fiddling with the Miller table, or getting adjusted, working out that eventually that I realised that this is lifted up here and it needs some contact adhesive. So I'm going to let that dry out and get a clamp and glue it down. Should be good. Good to go. Shouldn't be too hard to fix. Sorry, Trav. I think it was when I was in the car on the hot day a couple of weeks ago. Let's lift it up. He's going to kill me. He's my boss too. Yeah, so anyway, now, like I said, this took about 2.5 hours to run, all this stuff. It's about 2.5 hours to run. There was a little bit of fiddling around, but we're going to send it off to Vic now. He's going to run it through his modified blue bowl, and we're going to see if he can get any more gold out of it, because I've taken the gold out of this, which is not a lot, but I did clean gold out. He's going to run it down through his blue bowl and see if he can get anything else out of it, and see how quick it processes this black sand. Now, is the blue bowl going to be quicker? Probably, but also personal preference, because this was fun. I enjoyed sitting here doing this. I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed spooning it on and watching the gold appear. It was good fun. But I'm sure there's times where you just want a blue bowl. It's just fast, and if it's efficient as what we think it is, that's even better. And the blue bowl Vic's using, he was just dumping the creek into it. Like, he was just basically, it was just rough. It was only 10 mil classified, and he was just throwing it in, and it was blasting through it, and he collected gold. So let's see what he can do with these black sands, which are kitchen strainer and below, and see what he can get out of it. Like I said, personal preference, I would enjoy having one of these if I had a lot of black sands where I am. But where I am in Melbourne, a blue bowl is probably better, just because you get heavier rocks, blonde sand, stuff like that. Not a lot of very, very fine stuff. It is, but it isn't. Like, it's just not like what you see in some of those other videos where guys have just got shitloads of sands. Anyway, just going to send this off to Vic now. Once that's done, dry it out, throw the gold back in, pass it all off to biggest Kevin. And I'm also going to throw in a couple of fossils that we found a couple of weeks ago with Andy from Poverty Prospecting Australia and Vic from Murray Rivers Gold Adventures. So I'm going to pass some of them along to Biggest Kev, and maybe you can have a little collection of Southeast Australian gold and Southeast Australian fossils. Anyway, that's been my review of the ROE Miller table. I had fun with it. I don't know how much to go for. I think it's about $250. Gives you a pump, a hose, and this, I believe it comes with this tub as well. It sits perfectly on there. Miner's Den, I'm sure you can get them online. The review isn't for Miner's Den, it's for the Miller table. Yeah, anyway, peace out, guys. I'll speak to you all soon. Have fun. Ta-ta.